Welcome to For Collectors.
Hey, welcome, guys. I froze myself and I don't know what the hell I did. So I had to restart my phone. I just restarted it and got back on. So what's up, everybody? Yo. Welcome to the For Collectors channel, guys. I don't really have any guests. So if anybody kind of wants to pop in at any time, go ahead. So I had to do it last minute. Hey, ask Pepino anything. So I did grab some sticky notes so if I can write some questions. All right. So hey, you saw me on TV? What's up, Vintage Goats? What's up, Peacemaker Cards? So guys, I'm basically an open book. So this is ask me anything. So feel free right now and ask me anything, and maybe every once in a while somebody could jump in and ask me the question live. Hey, how about that? Ask me the question live and we can talk about it. So one of the questions I see is, what am I collecting now? All right, that's Stefan with the PH. So what am I collecting now? Right now, my latest project, I bought these two. I went to my LCS. Let me get this out of here. And this lady had one of my favorite dealers. She had two different binders, one of 1971 tops. She had this binder, which with each card, I guess a little better condition, or maybe they're high numbers. This binder was 75 cents each card, you know, and I just looked through it real quick. And then she had another binder of 71, and these were 50 cents. 50 cents, or yeah, I think 50 cents or 25 cents each. I think they're 50 cents. So I just told her, hey, well, how much for the binder? And these are all just singles that she was selling. So I said, how much for both the binders and everything? And she calculated everything and ended up coming out to $300. So I gotta put all these in order, put them in a binder, and make a checklist. That's what I'm working on now. Is my set of 71 tops. All right. Oh man, let me check this out. Oh, you know what? I should also right, I forget I could press the button and do that. All right. So that was the question. Is what am I collecting now? So the 71 tops, I mean, I'm collecting everything, but that's just like my latest thing that magically appeared like Lucky Charms in my lap. You know what I mean? Boom Slang is asking, did I get my ring yet? I will not get a ring. The grounds crew employees, basically what happens, you're allowed the opportunity to buy an employee ring, you know, at cost. And normally those rings, you know, they're a smaller version, not as expensive as the one that the players get. But our union went on strike a couple years ago and we won, but you know, so we got like a $2 an hour raise and back pay for all our lunches, because we never got paid for our lunches before, you know, going back forever. So, you know, they got us some money. They got us a little bit more money. You know, we're getting paid $2 an hour more and stuff like that. But part of that deal that the union made was that to get that, a sacrifice, I would call it, is they voted that we wouldn't get rings, you know, in exchange we would get those prices. So we got a raise, but I don't think we'll be able to get a ring. But who knows, man, unless somehow the players push for us, you know. Let me see. Long walks on the beach or long waiting lines for autographs. If you're asking me, what would I rather do? Long walks on the beach, I don't know, or long waiting lines for autograph. I don't get autographs, so I'm not huge into getting autographs. Not to say that I don't have any. Let me see if I have some autographs around here that I could reach to show you. Let me see. What happened to my Kobe? Well, I mean, I do have a Mickey Mantle autograph. The 1956 Dodgers team autograph. But no, I don't chase autographs. I got a Brett Hundley right here, football. Trying to see what I get. Yeah, but yeah, guys, I don't chase autographs. I don't really buy autographs, but I do have them. I'm not against them, but normally no. And what happened to my Kobe one? But normally, no, I don't. I don't buy autographs, so I wouldn't like to stand on a big old line trying to get autographs. What is your oldest complete set? Is the 1958 set. That's my oldest set, and the only reason I got started this is because I made a trade for my very first Mickey Mantle card, which was in 1958. I made a trade for it, and in the end, the guy offered me, because he needed that 58 Topps Mickey Mantle that I had. He needed it for him and his dad to complete their set that they were putting together. So I ended up, trading it to them. They completed their set, and then they offered me if I wanted to buy all their doubles for their 1958 set for $1 each card. And that was like 200 and something, I believe. And so, and they gave me a little bit cheaper. It was going to be like around 300, and they gave it maybe 200 or something. So I fell in the 1958 starter set, pretty much fell in my lap, and I started working on my 1958. So who knows? Who knows what if that deal never came across my lap? Would I even collect vintage sets? I wouldn't know, because after that, some guy that I thought scammed me, he ended up that he wasn't scamming me, and he sold me a starter set of 69 Topps. And the way that ended up happening was he was selling like all the best cards out of 69, the Reggie Jackson, the Mickey Mantle, the Nolan Ryan and stuff like that. And later on, he went to jail. And when he came out, I talked to him, and then he told me, he's like, yeah, I was selling all my 69 Topps stars. Now all I have is commons. So I was like, hey, I got a 58 starter set I'm working on now. I'll buy that 69 as a starter set. So I ended up getting a 69 starter set, and I completed that. The 1958 set basically took me like 10 years. All the cards are raw. Some I had in slabs that I had to crack so I could put them in the binder. And same thing with my 69 Topps, completed that. That one probably took me a little bit less, but I also got it way after the 58 set. Should someone make a hobby presidential card set, right? Maybe somebody should. Would you have hits on there? Would you get a Mangini autograph? I'm not exactly sure with who everybody else that won, but I know Mangini won it. And let me say something about that. He never gives us credit here on the Four Collectors channel for being the first to promote him for president to bring awareness to the rest of the community, because it was very well known in the sports card radio world that they had this going, but it seemed like in our even Mangini didn't know. It seemed like in our card community, nobody knew about it unless you were listening to sports card radio. And man, we made a presidential debate on here. And I think I was the first person, man, to like bring it out there to the rest of the card community world. I don't know, Bob. I don't know if I'm right or not, but give us credit, John. Come on. Okay. So yeah, man, somebody should make a presidential set so we could get to learn. It'd be nice if all the people who have roles in the card community, what's it called, government, if they could all get a card, and in the back they write their own little biography, so we get to know who they are, get to know them. I just bought a guy's collection of baseball cards from 68 to 79, around 60,000 cards and 5K really good. 1975 tops. Nice. You got a 75 tops? 75 tops right here. That's my only 70 set that I did not hand correlate. That didn't start from a starter set. I actually bought that whole thing at one time. It was like $500 for the whole set. But man, hey man, I gotta send you a checklist, Boom Slang. Come on, you gotta have some comments for me that I can buy off your trade. Jim Cruxton, do you collect pre-war, golden age, or modern? I collect everything. Let me see, is my vintage box on here? Let me see where my vintage box is real quick. So, pre-war, I guess, right? You could, oh man, I wish you could, right? You would put T206s, and this is the Sacred Heart. This is, if a lot of you guys don't know, they experimented with ways to make baseball cards better back in the days, and they thought of some features to make. And this one is the Sacred Heart, Saint Mother of Mary Sacred Heart card. And the way you turn on the Sacred Heart, let me show you guys real quick. Do I have a lamp in here? Okay. Rocket's gonna save me. Let me turn off my light and show you guys how but you see that? That's the Sacred Heart limited edition T206. It's like he has a Sacred Heart in his body. This was given out at churches. All right. But if this is a real T206, no lie right there. But the reason it does that is because it has paper loss in the back. So that's why it has that feature. Something cool that I discovered. I thought it was where's the box at? So yeah, I do have some pre-war. Got that. Let me see. Let me try to find some more pre-war. I got this 52 Bowman Gil Hodges. A Jackie Robinson, but I'm looking for some more pre-war because yes, I do have, a little bit of pre-war stuff. Okay, I have like this Big League. It's Jimmy Fox. This Rollins. Well, this is pre-war, but let's get through. Oh, and who's this guy? Look at that rookie card of Ron Say and two other guys. But look at this guy right here. So yes, I do have pre-war. I collect everything. I'm just trying to find for some certain specific cards, but oh well. I'm not gonna find them all right now. And let me see. Look at that. All right. So yes, everything modern. I'm working on. I mean, do I open packs of modern? I open packs of modern almost every day. You know, so these are all just random packs that I have just opened. You know, so yes, I mean, what else? I mean, I know I have some packs I need to open. I got a pack of Stadium Club that I can open. So yes, everything. All right. Football cards. I think it's Jimmy Garoppolo. This card could have been something if he would have been something. But that's a Jimmy Garoppolo right there. Let's see what else. So yes, I collect everything. Yeah, man. There you go. And I do that. Anybody who watches my videos when I go camping in Jalama, I basically walk like 2 miles or 3 miles to a very secluded spot to open up my baseball cards. Pepino, any card shops in Long Beach? We will be there in January for work. There's a lot of card shops all over Southern California, like LA County. If I type in baseball card shops like within 45 minutes, a half an hour from me, I'll get like 20 that pop up. So there, if you're willing to drive up to an hour for some, there'll be like 20, 30 baseball card shops that you could visit. All right. But hit me up, man, if you're gonna be here in January. And we'll go to some of those shops. All right, Pepino, what's the story on the 56 Dodgers team ball? So when I got this as a gift from Tommy Lasorda. All right, and there's the Sandy Koufax is right there, and I've had it for a while, and when I first started going to Frankensons and trying to get people to let me buy cards on layaway. You have to start talking to them, and you talk to them. They asked me for like collateral, and I said, "Hey, I have this 1956 Dodgers baseball autograph team ball." And he looked at me like I got crazy, and I take it to him to this dealer so he could trust me as collateral to buy my 58 Mickey Mantle that was graded. I don't remember what grade it was. I should have saved that card, but that's the one that I traded away. My first card that I ended up trading away, it was graded and it was nice. So I just took him that ball, and he was like, "Hey, let's go right here to the graders," because there was PSA was there and Beckett was there, the grading where you could just turn in your stuff to get graded. So we stopped at the Beckett first. He said, "Let's go see if it's legit." And the guy looked it over for like 5-10 minutes. And he says, "Yeah, they all look legit. He's up, but we would have to charge you per autograph." So then we went to the PSA, and the same thing with PSA. The guy looked it over for a long time, did a couple of comparisons. And he was like, "Yeah, this looks like a legit ball." He's same thing. We would have to charge you per autograph. So I was like, I didn't have the money. I was like, I don't care about grading. So I didn't get it graded. And then not that long ago, like a year ago, I took it with me, and so the guy was asking me about he wanted to see it, and he said he did research on it and what he thinks that one is, and then he showed me, and I saw a bunch of them also on eBay. It's a ball that was signed, like a lot of these balls got signed in 19 66 or 67, but it's from the 55 year, and it was the 10-year anniversary when all the players got together to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of winning the World Series. So apparently they had a party for the whole team for the 10-year anniversary of winning the World Series, and they signed a bunch of these balls. So there's a lot of these team balls signed from that event. All right. What's up, everyone? Hope you're having a great night. If someone offered you a lower grade but legit 52 Mantle in trade for the rest of your Mantles, would you do it? Yes. I would do it because all the other cards in my lifetime are attainable. That 52 on its own is not attainable. But who knows? I did get lucky on my 53. I wasn't even looking to buy that 53, and the lady had it. I was looking at a 53 that was raw, and the guy wanted $1,200 for it, and he says it looks like it'll grade a 5, that it could grade like a 4 or 5 easily. And then I saw this 3, at the dealer that does layaway for me. She had it for $1,000, and I really thought that the one that was graded a 3 looked a lot better than the one that was raw, that the guy was telling me he guarantees is going to grade like a 4 or 5. And I was like, wow, this card's way better. And then Miriam's all like, well, it's cheaper. It's $1,000. Said, I don't have $1,000. She's like, well, let's do the layaway. And I really wasn't looking to buy a 53. And, I wanted one eventually, but at the time, I just wasn't in the market for it, I guess, if you want to call it that way. And then she said, okay, we'll do it for $900. So I put it on the way for $900, and we won the World Series. So I went back to pay her the rest cash. And when I gave her the money, she gave me $100 back and just said, Merry Christmas. You're a great customer. So I ended up getting it for $800. Now that card, I think from what people tell me, goes for like $4,000, $5,000. So it would take me a long time to replace that card, but that's replaceable more than the 52 for sure. All right. Let me see. When I completed my 59 set, I cracked some slabs to fill the binder too. Yeah. My 75, I had to crack some slabs. I had a Nolan Ryan and a George Brett rookie came in slabs with that 75. So I cracked the Nolan Ryan and ended up trading away the slab of the George Brett and just bought a raw one instead of put in there. But yeah, I do a lot of my 58. A lot of them I got in slabs for the exact same reason, where I could find a lower graded PSA card for cheaper than a raw card, because everybody swore the raw card's gonna grade a 5 or a 4, when you could tell they're gonna grade a 1, and so I could buy a graded 2 for cheaper. So that's how sometimes that happens. Hey, what's up, Orlando? Maybe it's an Iron Man card. You see, might be into something there. Hidden watermarks. Nice say rookie. Hello, friends. The Pepino 206 card. Yeah, that was cool when they're doing those for free at the National. Boss Frank, no, I'm not getting a ring. We just don't qualify to get one because I'm union. So anybody in the union doesn't get a ring. So glad the Dodgers won it. Parade in LA was long overdue. Yes, and it was great. It was a fun time. A lot of mishaps like just any other parade. But yeah, it didn't go off without a hitch with some people getting hurt. What's up, Stooks Baseball Cards and Curiosities? Do you ever talk to the USC coaches? Coach Ents came from North Dakota. No, I don't. We're not there during practice. We'll talk to coaches sometimes, like through email and stuff. But majority of the stuff is gonna go through their assistants and stuff. So, is there like communication? Sometimes, yes. But am I like calling them on the phone? No. Cannabis dispensary should use cards as promos. Yeah, the THC 206 set would be sick, right? It would. That's a great idea. You know, one thing I learned at an antique shop a while ago, a long time ago. I was at an antique shop and this guy was selling. There was this dealer who had like old lighters and old cigarettes and old dispensers, old matches, just vintage tobacco products. And he had the a cigarette box one, and it's like cellophane or paper. And he was telling me I asked him about baseball cards, and he said, "Oh yeah, and he showed me, he opened up a cigarette, and he pulled out like what looked to be like a T206 card. He pulled it out, but it was blank." And I was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna pull out a baseball card." He's like, "No," this is how baseball cards, started, which is not true because T206 are not the very first cards. But this is how baseball card tobacco. You should have said tobacco cards. This is how tobacco cards started. The cigarette packs were so flimsy back then that they would come with a piece of cardboard like the one he pulled out, like the size of a T206 card, to protect the cigarettes from getting crushed or the tobacco. And then, then they started printing baseball cards in it to sell cigarettes. And that's how it started. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just thought the T206 cards were like just kind of came out of the blue idea, but they used to have those blank baseball cards in there before that to protect the boxes from getting smashed, So I mean, this is something some guy, he could be full of crap. I know, but he told me that story, and I was like, oh, cool. I sold so much of my collection to get a 52 man. That's crazy. I don't know, man. Like if someone made my card room disappear and there was just 152 manual in the center, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I want that 52 manual bad, but geez, I love my cards that I have, unless I had money to start over. But this is, this is like blood, sweat, and tears that went into buying all this and putting this together, Man, I don't know if I could start over. I just don't know if I could do that. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan Bean Team. Man, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I needed 68 tops Venezuelan Ryan, but those Powerball numbers, yeah, right? They got to come up, man, those Powerball numbers. The Venezuelans are so awesome. On that note, I've been seeing a lot of people post these Venezuelan cards, retirado. Oh, yeah. Those give me a boner like instantly, all right? I love those cards, but they're out of my price range too. So something that I did to make myself feel better because I never afford one. I bought a Venezuelan comic book of Tío Rico, Pete El Negro. So this is all in Spanish because it's this is from Argentina. An Argentinian comic book. All right. So, hey, it makes me feel good. If I can have an Argentinian card, yeah, at least I have an Argentinian comic book. Because of the poster. All right. Look at this guy I found. So yeah, man. I really wish I could have a Argentinian, Venezuelan, Colombian card. What's up, the card hunter? Any chances we could get Freddie Freeman back now? Look at this card. I just bought this one for $20 at the antique shop. That was the thing about that antique shop. It's had the same price on that card for a year. It never changed, even after they won the World Series. A Cheech and Chong T206. Hey, man, I got a couple of Cheech. Oh, look at this guy. And speaking of this, talking about like things that you collect. When I was in the Army, I collected Zippo lighters. All right. And I had forgot about it. I forgot about how I used to collect Zippo lighters, dude. I used to have all kinds of them. Everywhere I went, I would buy one with the name of the city or whatever on it, just different ones. And I remember that I used to know all kinds of tricks, like to turn them on. Like, we'd flick them like nunchucks and find ways to turn them on. But yeah, I used to collect Zippo lighters, dude. And I totally forgot about that. And I just brought that up like last week to some guy that was asking me something about it. All right. Modern bong relic cards from celebrities, right? That'd be sweet. Let me talk about celebrities. Let me get this card. Yeah. Just go around the subject of celebrities. I showed this card not that long ago again. Look at that. It has Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, and Matthew McConaughey relics. Those are three pretty big celebrities right there. All right. just coming out with celebrity talk right there. Thanks. You saying I have a great collection. Any thoughts on Magini asking for suggestions on how to improve the hobby? For me, I say just stay in your lane, man. One thing about the hobby, there's been some new additions to it. You got the flippers, the investors, the breakers. I don't watch any of that stuff. And there's people complaining about those things. There's people making videos complaining about those things. There's guys making videos talking about those guys complaining on video about things. It's like a never-ending circle, and I hear a lot of people like, "Oh, there's so many scammers in this and so many." I haven't came across a scammer in a long time. The breakers don't affect me. If they affect you, then you have a reason to be mad at them. But breakers don't bother me. They bother me. I wish it didn't exist, but I'm not concerned about it. You do what you guys do. Doesn't affect me. If it affects me or my friends, then I might be more vocal on it. But the flippers, it's not a part of my community. In my community, it's great. I love my community. I stay away from people I don't like. I don't watch videos on subjects I don't like. So my hobby hasn't changed. I know the hobby has changed as a total, and YouTube has brought the magic of you letting you watch people that you don't even know. And then the algorithm's going to take you down a rabbit hole of videos you don't like because you're going to keep watching them, and it's going to keep bothering you. I just say, stop watching them, dude. That's all I say. I really have no changes for the hobbies. It's just give advice to people. Stay in your lane. Watch what you like. Just like how we say, collect what you like. Watch what you like too. Don't watch stuff that's gonna bother you, man. You know, unless you just like raising your blood pressure, then knock yourself out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think there's personally things that I want to change for changing the hobby. I wish things would change, but if I were a hobby president, nah, there's nothing I would specifically target, except for yeah, you know, I would listen to the people, and yeah, and go from there. So I guess that's all you could do, right? I had almost every set from the 50s, 60s, and still have 70 sets plus. That's awesome, man. I mean, from 74 to 2004, I have all those sets complete. So I have half of the 70s, I have all the 80s, all the 90s, the 10s, the zeros, and 2015s and teens and 2000 up to 2025. I have all that. So I mean, that's what I like to do. The hobby hasn't taken that away from me, man. The hobby hasn't taken out any joy out of me, man. So I don't know how some people could just be so bothered. Uh Now you can't have Freddy. I got Freddy. How about becoming a breaker to make money to buy your mantle? Nah, I don't want to make money on the hobby. You know, the hobby is fun for me. Once I make it a business, it's a business. It's no longer a hobby to me. You know, you could be a part of the hobby, but you're not hobbying anymore. If you're making money, you know, you're a dealer. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in saying I'm a dealer. There's no shame in saying I'm a breaker. Just denying it is shameful. You know, but I think those are certain categories. You know, growing up, PC meant personal collection, but it only applied to dealers. Regular collectors didn't have a PC. You collected baseball cards, but a dealer would sell cards, but he wouldn't sell his PC. All right, that's his personal collection. He separates his hobby from his business. Now that's almost doesn't exist. You'll always hear people now that, well, every card has a price. You know, cool. It's cool. Do your thing. But I'm not ready to stop letting this be a hobby. It's still a hobby to me. I have several Cheech and Chong albums. Oh, I have the Bamboo album, and I got a couple of tapes and CDs. And, you know, I'm not home right now. I'm born in East LA and stuff like that. Yup, Up in Smoke. Remember Zippos at concerts? Then iPhones had app for zippers. Yeah. And they are old. If you put out the Zippos, kids use lights. Vintage is still magical to me. I picked up a 71 Clemente. Top super oversized card for 29 bucks. Sweet. Do I have any? This is one set that I gotta admit, when I talk about my vintage sets, I failed to talk about this one a lot, but I do have the 74 supers. You know, that is one I have. I completed the whole set raw. You know, and then these are my doubles that I can trade. All right. Laugh aloud. Maybe my hobby is hate watching. Yeah, it is. That's what it is, you know, and that's cool. You know, but it's cool to have that to be pissed at that. It's cool to be upset with that. I don't care, but don't try to bring the hobby down just for views and make a bunch of videos every day complaining and like, wah, wah, wah. Lovely man, you are a true hobby unicorn. I mean that with respect. All right, watch it out, Kurt Hunter. My PC has no price, not for sale. All right, what is your favorite set that you have? My favorite set that I have. This is one of those things I always say. I don't know if you want to call the 1986 Topps update. That is my favorite set, but it's, it depends on how you're wording that. If you're talking about like base sets, the set I was set that I don't have, but I wish I have, my favorite set is 65. But my favorite set that I have, I love the pendants on the 65 tops. But my favorite set that I have is a box set, which is the 86. And not because the 86 tops, not because it's the best looking, but it's my favorite set to look at and takes me back to my childhood is the 86 tops. Because update traded series, I mean. Oh man, it's way at the bottom. But the 86 traded set, it's a box set. But the Wally Joyner, the Barry Bonds, the Mark McGuire, the Will Clark, the Jose Canseco. Oh man, that's Kevin Mitchell. That's one of my favorite sets of all time. Like all those players, Bo Jackson, that was like one of my peak years, like loving baseball. And that set, I'm not gonna say it was 86 exactly. Like by the time I got that set, it was probably 87. But those that set, I just thought, just like right now, that's why I'm gonna say, like, I try not to be hard on people who right now, when you ask them all their favorite players, all their favorite players are rookies. And it's like, hey, is that just a prospecting thing? But I gotta say, in 86, 87, I felt the same way about this set. I learned because when that set came out and I first bought it, I thought every one of those players was gonna be a Hall of Famer. I thought Wally Joyner was in the Hall, Will Clark was gonna be in the Hall. I thought Barry Bonds was gonna be in the Hall. I thought Jose Canseco was going to be in the Hall. I thought Mark McGuire was going to be in the Hall. I thought Bo Jackson was going to be in the Hall. I really thought that. And guess what? None of them are in there. So that's kind of like a lesson that, when people feel the same way right now, is like, dude, not everybody had the same story. All these guys didn't have the same story. They all have different stories of why they didn't get in, So, yeah, I think it's hard for people to wrap their mind around them having 10 favorite guys and telling, hey, there's a chance that all 10 of those guys might not get in the Hall. It seems impossible. You know what I mean? I understand that. Yeah, Pete and Cavilla. Yeah, there was so many great players, dude. I like the 1986 tops because my dad was at a card show with me in 86 and bought a wax box. I inherited that box, still have it, along with the 91 O-Pee-Chee box he had. Man, that's cool as hell right there. Yeah, man. So, so I'd like to say, like, it really depends on how you phrase that. What's my favorite set? I love that. Like, and it's not because it's the greatest looking card. One of my cards that I like, people don't like in the 80s, I was in love with the 88 Fleer, the candy cane, and I hear a lot of people say they don't like that at all. I hear a lot of people say that is an ugly set, and I love it. So like, I don't, it doesn't hurt me to hear other people say they don't like it. I hate your set. Just kidding. But I'm gonna show you guys a coin that I bought at the antique store from the Olympics, and to me, I consider it a Jesse Owens coin from the year that Jackie Owens was in the Olympics. Uh, 86 tops traded needed Fred McGriff and Donruss had him, right? Yeah, every once in a while, like 89 tops missed out on Ken Griffey Jr. 86 and messed up, ended up not getting Fred McGriff. Every once in a while, everybody else got that guy, and one set that always didn't get it. We all felt that way, right? Hey, and Stu's like my Olympic coin. So yeah, and and the hobby, I don't know, man. The hobby is great. It's like what I say. My community, I love my community. There's nobody in my community that's a scumbag. I love my community. Um, so I don't care, you know, about what's going outside of my community. I mean, I care if it affected me, but it's not affecting me. So, you know, everybody else, do what you do, man. You know what I mean? To each their own. And you don't have to participate if you don't like it. And if you do participate and you don't win, just keep it to yourself. Just because you lost doesn't mean it's a scam. You scammed yourself for getting into that. But anyways, oh, oh look at one thing, guys. The 86 Boys and Girls Club trading cards in Florida. All right, there's a lot of good cards in there too. Any card purchases you regret, overpaid, or walked away from? Overpaid for sure. I overpay for cards all the time. Um, because I don't shop online. So sometimes I come across a card that I rarely see or that I don't see, and I want it, I need it, I gotta have it, and I might not see it again. Um, I'll overpay. So yeah, there's been some cards that I've overpaid. I mean, I can't name one, but I do it all the time. Sure. I've done it for some of my Mickey Mantle cards. I've done it for some Kobe Bryant cards. I've done it. So, but yeah, especially in vintage, there's been plenty of cards that I overpaid. And that's what I hate about comps. None of the cards that I overpaid for will go on comps because I don't buy them online. I buy them at tables, you know. So those will never get registered. So I don't think it hurts the hobby. But, there's sometimes that people that have so much money to spend and they'll get into a bidding war with somebody. And just because one guy with money wanted to show he had a bigger, extension, he just overpaid ridiculous because he can. That doesn't set the price for that card to me, man. That's stupid. All right, and that's just me. That's my opinion. All right. But yeah, man, I overpay for cards all the time. Anything that I've walked away from in the past, yeah, I would say, and I would say mostly autographs. Someone asked me earlier if I'd rather stand in a long line to get an autograph or walk on the beach. I don't chase autographs, and I never really did. And I've had chances to get some autographs that I didn't. And now, where I could have gotten for free or dirt cheap, and now they're just out of my price range. But whatever. So yeah, man, there's stuff I regret not doing, and a lot of it probably has to do with autographs because I never chased autographs. I remember walking away on a Jim Brown rookie. Yeah, I mean, I passed out on so one of the things I remember a lot is I was about to put an Ernie Banks rookie card on layaway, and I had just finished paying off for the 56 tops Mickey Mantle. I had just finished paying off this dude my layaway, and I told him next week I want to make my first payment on that Ernie Banks. And when I went back to next week to the dealer, he had passed away from a heart attack. That's crazy, man. Like when I was at Frankenstein's first going, man, all the dealers were been there had like Sunset Open, and they were all old dudes. And little by little, man, all except for Mary Ann right now, they've all passed away. It's crazy, but I guess when you've been going to these dealers for 20, 30 years, and they were already older when you first met them, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You just love them more than others. And that should be a one-time price. But one thing I'm gonna say about this hobby, like trying to say, like, man, I love this hobby, and sometimes I feel like things happen for a reason. It's happened many times where I just get lucky and find something that somebody else is gonna love so much. And this thing right here, um, like I bought a bunch of these Mac Pros, all right, because everybody was talking about them, how awesome they are. And if anybody has been watching me for a while, man, I think I bought these like in April. Like I've had these for 8 months already, or 9 months, or whenever they first came out. And a lot of people message me like, "Hey, have you used the Mac Pros?" It's like I haven't even opened them. I haven't even looked at them, you know. And then it occurred to me when I heard someone talk about it, like, "Hey, make sure you get the right size Mac Pros for the card you're buying." I'm thinking, and I started thinking to myself, you know what? My Mac Pros are thick. You know, they're thick. Oh man, mine must be for like relic cards or something. I was like, oh man, I bought the wrong ones. They're not for like, you know, vintage cardboard cards. So I opened one up and I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely like way thicker. You know, I was like, oh yeah, this is way thick. I was like, oh well, I guess about the wrong ones. Didn't think about it, for a while. And then this weekend, I did get dirt. Oh, where is it at? Oh, uh-oh. So I got dirt from the field at Dodger Stadium, from home plate, after the World Series game. And the lady, the MLB authenticator, we were collecting dirt for her. And then I was like, hey, because one of the guys texted me as soon as the game finished, hey, give me some dirt from home plate. He's like, but I only want it if it's authenticated. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get authenticated. But I put some in the cup, and the lady, the authenticator, authenticated it for me. So there it is. All right. And so I told people like, well, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go look around this week and shop around for like little containers to mail them to you. Like I don't know how to mail them out, and like in a fair amount that everybody in is cool, presentable. So I went to like Hobby Lobby, I went to Michael's, went to all kinds of places, Walmart, Target, and I couldn't find like the right containers to mail out. You also have to think about that too, mailing them out. A little bit of dirt to everybody, all my friends. And then, so I was like, oh, disappointed. Like, oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna send those out. And no, we were collecting them for MLB. We collected 5 buckets. We had to collect 5 gallon buckets of dirt for MLB, and that's who they sell it to, is Tops and Steiner Sports and whatever. So then I was like, oh wait, let me check out that those mat cases, since they're thick, so maybe they can hold that thick dirt inside. So I just threw some in here, and it does. Because it's thick enough to hold that thick calcine clay. So I think, I don't know how many I have. They have like 8 or 10. So at least 10 people are gonna get it in this, and then you can put your own label on it right here. So I just think that's awesome, man. So I'm gonna mail out as many as I could of these to my friends, and it's authenticated. That's a trip. So yeah, he said maybe Tops. Yeah, we had to collect 5 buckets of this dirt to for Tops to sell. I mean, for MLB to sell, and that's one of their biggest buyers now is Tops. Tops fanatics, they're always there every day, trying to get a hold of a broken bat, trying to get a hold of a cleat that's thrown away, some batting gloves. They're there hawking for everything, ready all the bases. So guys, Any more questions? Or does anybody want to jump in and talk about anything? If not, we're about done because now everybody's tired from watching football all day. I got a haircut from my mom. She hates my beard, so she always shaves my beard. Boo football. Right? Um yeah, guys, I got dude, I'm so now that the season is over. Hey, thanks guys. You're doing great. Looking good. Um I had a lot of frames, big picture frames, and there was a good week or two that we had like earthquakes every day here, like small earthquakes. But every earthquake knocked down one of my frames. Each earthquake knocked one down. I had them with that 3M tape, whatever it's called. That's that tape. And they still all fell. So now I'm looking to build some shelves. If I can find the water line, I'm gonna try to build some shelves, and that's what I want to do. I want to, put up all my unopened packages to make it look like a card shop. I think that'd just be cool if I had that background, of like a card shop. Oh, they're all done. Let's celebrate the Dodgers victory. Sorry, all you Yankee guys. There's always next year, you bums. Did you guys learn how to throw, catch? I thought I was watching Abbott and Costello when I was watching the World Series. I thought I saw Abbott and Costello out there by first base. Hey, who's on first? Like, come on, guys, get your stuff together. Celebrate the Dodgers win right there. Check out these guys. You guys wouldn't believe. No, that was one of the perks. So we did sacrifice. That's some of the sacrifices that that the union made. They got us to get all the giveaways, but no World Series ring. Yeah, man. My favorite Dodger card from my PC is an Oral Hershiser. I don't remember what year it is, but there's an Oral Hershiser card that I have. Do I have it around here? No. Let's see if it's right. But I have this Oral Hershiser card, and he has these big ass like sunglasses on, and it's a shiny ass card. And I love that look at that card. I actually just seen it in Jesse's video. He was showing it on the thumbnail of his Dodger cards. Man, but I got so many Dodger boxes. I don't know what the odds are on me finding it right away right now. Yeah, because it's in a thick case. But I would say that's my favorite card. I mean, besides, like the Sandy Koufax rookie. Here's of Roberto Clemente. Pee Wee Reese. And I always like this cool Mickey Mantle coin. I got this just because I wanted this little baby PSA slab. But like I love this Roy Campanella card too. Another Jackie, another Roy Campanella. Look at that, $9. All right, but yeah, or how about this Babe Ruth when he was a Dodgers coach? Huh? How about that? My favorite Dodger card is Babe Ruth. Ooh, trigger some Yankee fans out there. Yeah, I have a. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I love these little ass tiny cards. And I like to when I buy hobby boxes or whatever boxes, and they have like the cards on the box. I like to cut them out because then they're baby tiny cards. But someone Eggman sent me this one, and he sent it saying, "Here's a little oral for you," because it's oral Hershiser for my oral fixation right there. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I love vintage cards. You know, I mean, when it comes to vintage, it's like every single card that I come through is worth showing. Like every single vintage card is worth showing. Come on, you missed the tag. You missed the tag. Tom Seaver got all the beaver. Willie Mays, Hayes. These are all Willie Mays. You got the rookie for the Wizard, the Nolan Ryan 61, the Oscar Gamble without the fro. Cy Young. Come on. I could just show every single card and man, look at those muscles. All right. But Eddie Matthews, Carl Yastrzemski, William McCovey rookie, Ted Williams, the Kid, Yogi Berra. Come on. And that Thurman Munson, look at that. Look at all the white chalk from the home plate flying from the batter's boxes, flying in the air. Such an awesome card, dude. And Eddie Matthews, after that big collision at second base, looked like he just knocked that dude to the ground and he lost the ball, which they added in later. What about Ted Kluzinski's arms? Come on, dude. The vintage is so awesome, dude. Every vintage card is worth showing. Yeah, I thought I just showed some, right? There are some full serial cards in there. Yeah, I got a lot of serial cards. There's actually a vintage box that I have that's full of all the postcards. It's out there somewhere. But yeah. What else, guys? What else is going on? Let me see if I can see any right away. What about that, Pete Rose? What about Roberto Clemente when he got signed by the Dodgers? But they messed that up. Look at that 65. Sicko. Look at that, Roberto Clemente. Those are some less desirable cards. All right, guys. Had this Bob Feller autograph. Let's see. Doc Ellis. Tiger Woods, rookie. Oh yeah, I have a lot of Don Newcomb. Let's see. Let's see if I can just find him. Any random right here? Nope. That's the thing, man. I have all these Dodger boxes. And I had this one vintage box of all the old Dodgers. And that's where that one's going to be in. All my Don Newcombs. But I also have on my 58 set. I'm not sure if I have any graded ones of Don Newcomb. But yeah, man, Don Newcomb was awesome. You know, he just passed away not that long ago, and he was always at the stadium. Best sharp dressed man, dude. Always sharply dressed. Yeah, man, it looks like the Dodgers probably will get Roki. Who knows? I mean, they're just having all the luck right now. Seems like everybody wants to be a Dodger. Honestly. Yeah, I don't remember what I did with all my Dodger cards because I was just going through them, making to go into my album. You also need a lefty. I don't know. They just won the World Series. Do they really need anything? Check out that 52. Man, I haven't looked through this box in a long time. A lot of awesome stuff in here. Johnny Bench. Trying to see if I just come across any random Don Newcomb. Who can forget those eyebrows? Dennis Eckersley. So charming. Yeah. That's a sweet card. That's like, God, man, I'm gonna go through this box tomorrow. Just so much nice stuff in here. Yeah, right. What are you guys watching? I'm right here doing. Not even showing you guys what I'm looking at. But yeah, I mean, the stuff in here is just so random. Troy Gloss, Trey Turner, Future Stars. Oh man, Jose Hernandez. What could have been? But a couple of David Price rookies. CC Sabathia, 3D. Eh. And there always comes a part where I start dropping all my cards. Don't fall. Rafael Palmeiro. Robinson Cano. Heard he's tearing it up right now, huh? Adrian Beltre. Numbered. Miguel Andujar. Rookie of Eric Davis. Sicko. Talking about the 86 traded. Will Clark. Will Jackson. Adrian Gonzalez hitting gold. Check out that Nolan Ryan. I can't get the China on there to show right. There you go, a little bit. Gerald Strawberry, 84. Jacob DeGrom. So shiny. Phil Rizzuto. The Andre Dawson, the Hawk. But anyways, enough of this. I'm not going to find one. Not in this box. Steve Carlton. Yeah, but there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Woo. Jose Canseco. Yeah, I'm going to have to go look through this box just for kicks tomorrow. All right, but anyways. All right, has there even been any questions coming on? Can never have too much pitching. Which players have been the best signers at games that you've seen? I can't say that anybody stands out. It all depends when fans catch the players. And there's definitely a lot less autographs now because we have that netting that goes all the way around the front now because they don't want the bats flying into the crowd. So there's not as much as there used to be before, but I can't really see there's anybody that stands out as for more autographs. I don't think there's anybody who's like really bad except for maybe Shohei. Like I never see Shohei sign. Or at least, I haven't seen him at all. All right. What's up, peeps? Hey, what's up, Eddie's Cardboard Chaos? Yeah, I got to open your package. I got a couple of packages I need to open, but Ed, I got yours. Hopefully I'll open that tomorrow. And I still have one from this one that I don't know whose it is. And I got one from Brad that I need to open from shoot, where is he at? Oh well. But there's a couple of packages I still need to open. Do any fans recognize you at games? I hear my name Pepino Man called out every once in a while. But yeah, for sure there is people that come up to me like, "Hey, Pepino Man, I watch your videos," and yeah, it happens. I'm not gonna say all the time, but yeah, it happens. But anyways, guys, I think we're pretty good. If there's an, and they think I'm G's Mikey. My interpreter side, yeah, that stuff goes around still. Signing other people's here it is. From Garrett. This one's from Garrett. I gotta open that one still. But okay, guys. Thanks for joining. And and I don't know if any of you guys will think this is funny, but or if it's an insult. But the year after the World Series, since then he gave us a ring, they gave us replica giveaway rings that they gave out the next year. One for a replica of every ring. So, they gave us but they're nice. I won't take that away. Look at. We did get replica rings of every year. So we didn't get real rings, but we got pretend rings of every year that they won a World Series. So, like I said, I appreciate it, but I know some guys were offended by it. All right, guys. So I guess this is where we're gonna end this, and hopefully I can make a video to responding to John and opening up these care packages. All right. How did they know my ring size? Right, one size fits all. All right, yeah, fast breaks and breakers are cool. Like I said, they're nice. They're not like cheap toys, plastic or anything. They're pretty nice. All right, guys. All right, guys. Everybody, thanks for watching, man. I know this was but hey, guys, I'm gonna have another one of these, and I want you guys to come out with some questions. Ask me about anything. If you guys have problems in bed, if you guys are having problems with your spouse, you need love advice, you need help growing grass, flowers, trees, you need life advice, you need to ask me about Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ether, anything, how to fix your car. You can ask me. I'm here for you. Right? So see you next time. Love the hobby. Just keep collecting baseball cards forever. Essays. Channel for collectors out.